Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's Nesoa here, back with another video. And today I just wanted to show you how to like play through some interruptions, because I think some of you are getting a bit confused as to like where to expect hand traps and where to expect people to stop you and like how you can play around there. So I'm just going to show you some quick little things that are probably going to help you in the future. But basically, to make VFD, you pretty much need like two cards, and then, well, like these two cards. But to like play through things, you need to draw like another virtual world summon. Just because you won't be getting the search off Lulu or like anything like that. And then obviously if they have two disruptions, then you need like an extra, so like a Lily or a Lao, anything is fine. You just need like an extra card up to the number of interrupts that they have. Or you need something like a gamma will stop an interrupt, or a cold buy, or a triple tack. And this is one of the reasons why I bumped triple tack up to 3, and why you want to put max out in like all of these. Because basically if you draw this plus like any like 2 card combo, it's going off. Like this, they can't ash your Lulu because you're gonna gamma it, and you also have, like, if they do ash it, then you can just tack down draw to hopefully draw into another mon, which plays through it anyway. But if your hand's good enough to the point where you don't need to see extra combo cards, then you can use the triple tack just to snipe the last card out of their hand, like the second interrupt, like a nib or anything. So drawing one of these 3 is like auto safe combo, and that's why I maxed out on all 3. But I'll quickly just show you. So if you were to activate the spell, for instance, and you were to place the trap on field, and you have these 2 in hand, you'd immediately just go, okay, Lulu, they'd have to ash this. There's no point holding your ash for something later, because Lulu is easily like the best one. So if they ash you here, that's completely fine. What you do is you summon Gigi, and you want to send the spell to the grave. So this is your grave. And then you're just going to normal summon the Lulu, synchro off into a Stardust Charge Warrior. You'll get a draw. It doesn't matter what you draw, you're just going to discard it off the spell, unless it's a Lao, at which point you just add like a Nian or something. So you add the Lao. You summon the Lao by targeting the trap, sending Nian, wherever Nian's gone. So you send a Nian, and then you use Lala's effect to rebone the Chi-Chi, and then summon Nian back from the grave. And then you can kind of see where this is going. You just sink these 2 into like a 9, get a draw, sink these 2 into a Shen. You always want to make like Shen and then whatever when you need. So if they have like cards on field, I'd say make a Vermilion. But if they don't, just try and get a draw out of it. You might as well. And then just go into VFD, and you still have a VFD plus trap through a disruption. So like Ash Blossom's not that great in this deck, and if you have a cold buy, then it's just so free, because you're just hitting a card out of the hand. But then if they have something like 2 disruptions, then you kind of have to play around it like a little bit weirdly. So you don't just like spam out every card you have. So let's say you have like this, and we'll say not the Lolo, we'll get a Lily. Let's say you have this hand. You still start it with the trap. No one's ashing this. If they're ashing this, then they're just bad. Because like you should definitely be saving it for one of the monsters, because you can only do the monsters once per turn. If you ash this, it's like, okay, whatever. So we're placing the trap, and then we're summoning Gigi by sending. Oh wait, so you attempt to activate Lulu, they'd Ash Blossom. You summon the GG, or the Chi-Chi, by sending the Nian. And then you'd summon the Li out, targeting the Chi-Chi, and you'd send a spell and a trap. You then go normal summon the Lulu. This will trigger the Nian engrave, so you summon the Nian. And then you can banish the trap, make that a 6. You can either synchro these off into a XX Saber Gotems, get a hand rip, and then Cloud Castle, bring it back, make VFD. Or you can just go to like a safer option, just get a draw off this, and then summon a Shen, wherever Shen is, and then make VFD. And then if they Nibiru here, which is like where you're gonna end it on anyway, so they have to Nibiru here. You still have the spell engrave, and you have an activated Lao. So what you do is just banish the spell. You just add Lao. You discard whatever card in hand. Summon Lao. I usually like to send the spell just for the follow up for next turn. But you can easily send a Nian as well, because your Nian's gonna be banished. And then you're going to reborn the Chi-Chi, synchro off for a 9 into Cloud, and this is where you play the 2 VFDs. It's because you can now overlay these two into the second VFD. So you've just played through an Ash Blossom and a Nibiru. And that's what I mean by, like, so long as you have enough virtual world names in hand, and like follow-up plays, you usually arrive with the interrupts. But then again, it always depends on like what interrupts they have and how many they have. So, but usually as a general rule of thumb, it's like for each virtual world you have in addition to your combo is how many hand traps you can play through. That's the way I think of it. And yeah, so I hope that helped. There is some combos to summon like Zolkin and stuff before you make Cloud Castle with 3 cards, but that only plays around 1 disruption really. And Zolkin is like, it was just very situational when I was playing it. I didn't find much use for it. I know a lot of people are playing Gossip Shadow now, just to try and like combat Nibiru, but honestly, I don't think it's needed. Like, you can play the Terratop engine, but like, if you play the deck right, you play around Nibiru most of the time anyway. Like, you just hold the Lao. And if you can't hold the Lao, then your hand was bad anyway. So I don't see much point in playing that engine, and like trying to find room in this deck is an absolute nightmare. Like, there's like 4 flex spots, which is like my upstart Goblin and my 3 triple attacks. And then you might even be playing more hand traps, so you might even have less flex spots. But yeah, like, there's just not enough room to put an engine in this deck. I think that's why I like this deck a lot, to be honest, because it's like the old decks where you had to like just play a pure build. It's none of this like 3 engines in one deck to make it so it's competitive dot deck, like dragons and stuff. It's just one pure deck, and that's how it should stay. You can definitely put it in if you want, like if you're really worried about Nibiru and nothing else, then I'd say sure, go for it. But the way I play the deck, I don't really lose to Nibiru anyway, so that's just how I play it. But you might play it differently. So I hope this video helped. I hope you guys are enjoying playing this deck and seen some success with it. I know I am really enjoying this deck, just finding new ways to just play around things, and still like even watching people play like PPGs and stuff. I think it's really fun. I think this is probably one of the funnest decks we've seen in a while, even though it just turbos out VFD, which like isn't good for the game. Like, just watching people like play out of different situations with a deck that's not like generically too overpowered like Dragon Link, because Dragon Link can just auto play through your hand traps, whereas this deck you got to put a bit more thought into it. and go like around different loopholes just to get a VFD on field, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's really good. But it's definitely no like Buster Lock 3 negates. Like I think the Dragon Link is still like a really strong deck this format, and it's easily our worst matchup. Just because without going into the extra deck, we have no like big monsters to hit over. What's his name? The Boral with the Buster Sword as well, because it's on like something ridiculous. Like if it gets the Union Carrier boost as well onto it, it's on like 475. Not that they do it all the time, but even then, the monster they usually put it on is like 3k attack, which we just can't reach in this deck. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all for your continued support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And join the Discord. The link will be in the description if you haven't joined it already. I highly recommend to see like combos and deck lists. Everyone's just like bouncing ideas and trying to think of like the next best thing to put in the deck. So if you would like to see stuff like that, then I definitely recommend joining the Discord. And thank you all for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.